I'm Kate, and it's time for If Kate Can Do It, You Can Do It crafts. Today, Miss Leanne has made us a beautiful fairy scene stand-up craft. Oops, these two are falling together a little bit. There we go.
Those are pretty.
Aren't they pretty? Huh. And we're going to do that too. And what you'll need: scissors, in your kit, a pack of crayons, cardstock with 7 fairy scene cutouts, 7 cardboard stand-ups. Okay, so let's get started. I have already colored a couple of my items and started to cut out my Mr. Frog.
Ooh, let's see Mr. Frog.
There's Mr. Frog.
He's very cute.
And thank you. So I decided to cut Mr. Frog out in the detailed fashion that Miss Leanne talks about in the directions. You can either do around and about like she's done with the sunflower, or you can cut in detail around something.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like leave a window or cut around the edges of the, like the bunny.
So I chose the frog to cut out in detail because it looked like I could handle it.
So do all of the all the cutouts have like a way you could just...
They all do. So if you didn't feel like your scissor skills were up to the job, or your big person who was helping you preferred one way or the other, you have an option.
That's great.
And I am using my children's scissors as always so that I will be safe.
I like the fact that you can do some one way and with some another way.
That's right. Or you can do them all the same way if you choose. And there is my Mr. Frog. He's all cut out. Now at the bottom of each cutout, each picture, there's a vertical line.
Okay, let's see.
That is how you make your fairies stand up.
Oh, I see.
So you have to cut.
Like Mr. Frog?
You have to cut up that vertical line, and then you do your stand up, which is this tougher cardboard material, so that he will have a nice base.
Can I see it?
Yes, you may. It also has a slit in it.
Okay.
And you need to cut down that slit.
Let's see that slit. Ooh, I'm not seeing it with this.
It's at the top.
Now I do. It just focused on it. Okay.
Okay. So you cut down there, and then you line up the 2 cuts. You put the frog in one way and the stand in the other, and then
then Mr. Frog can stand up.
And Mr. Frog can stand up.
Oh, he's cute.
Okay. Now, Mr. Frog, I'm going to add you over here to this scene so that my friends can see what we're doing here.
Maybe Mr. and Mrs. Frog.
Maybe. I'm going to finish coloring my sunflower.
Okay.
Now, if you'll notice, you can color outside the line on the bottom because you're going to cut it.
Let's see.
See how I colored outside the line?
So it doesn't matter if you're a little off.
That's right.
That's excellent.
Yeah, for me it is.
Have to be a little careful on the top.
On the top, you want to be tidier on the top. But on the bottom, it doesn't matter. We're going to cut it right away.
That looks fun.
It does. It is fun. That's the great thing about Miss Kelly and Miss Leanne's crafts is that no matter how they turn out, they're always fun.
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm going to cut this one out in the less detailed way.
Okay. That makes me think of a window somehow.
Right. And Miss Leanne had said if you wanted to, you could put clouds in the background if you do it this way, or add some more detail to your picture in another way. I thought mine was just beautiful as it was, so I left mine right alone.
Just with some sky.
Just some beautiful light blue sky, that's right. Okay, so that's done, and now here goes the part where I colored over the line.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be neat as can be when I'm done because
you're cutting
it away.
Perfect.
Then we have to do our vertical cut.
Yep.
Zip. And then we need another stand up, which I forgot to get started, so I'll have to bear with me while I cut out my stand up.
I think we can do.
Okay, here we go. Forgot I needed two. Wasn't that silly?
Oh.
All right, and then the vertical cut, we talked about that on the stand-up part as well. Line them up.
All right, coming in close to C.
And where should we put him? Right here?
I think that's good.
Oh, he's leaning forward a little bit. Maybe I can bend him back.
Right
There.
right.
Now he's nice and vertical. So you get in your package, you get 7 of these fairy designs, and you can color them and cut them out and make your own fairy scene. And with your fairy scene, they can be for decoration, or you could make up a fairy play and have them as characters in your fairy play.
You could take them outside and play, but you probably should bring them in so they don't get wet.
They are paper after all. Yes. Okay, so Miss Leanne and I wanted to recommend some wonderful Lithgow items to go with your craft. And the first thing we have is Fairy Houses by Tracy Kane, which is a nice story about making fairy houses in nature. And Fairy Houses was the inspiration for Kristen's Fairy House DVD.
Oh, okay.
We also have the Fairy Garden Handbook. And the handbook says, "Welcome to the garden, a place where a seed as small as a grain of sand transforms into a dazzling flower. Wherever such magic exists, you can bet fairies will be near."
Cool.
Yeah,
I would love to see a fairy cave.
me too. So I think your garden is a good place to look.
Well,
You have a nice garden, right?
I will have a nice garden.
Okay.
It's not much yet.
And we talked about this book, and that is by Liza Gardner Walsh. And this book is also by Liza Gardner Walsh.
Oh.
Do Fairies Bring the Spring? And it's illustrated by Hazel Mitchell. These items are all available from Lithgow to Go. So get your library card and go to the catalog, and you can request them. We'll let you know when they're ready to pick up.
You know what, Kate?
Yes.
People can also make appointments to come in and browse and look at the books.
That's true, they can. They can make an appointment in the children's department for every half hour during the day. You call ahead that day and make an appointment, and you can come in and browse.
Because we would love to see some
That's
kids.
right. We certainly would. So I want to thank you for watching, and I want to remind you to please stay safe.